Greetings. We are going to read a book today. The book is called Serena, the Littlest Sister. Some people said it would never happen. They said the littlest sister couldn't do it. And yet, Serena, the littlest sister. Serena stood in the Arthur Ashe Stadium and kissed the trophy. The crowd roared. Her parents took pictures. 13 years earlier, 4-year-old Serena jumped out of the family van in Compton, California, and followed her sisters, Big Sister Venus, Big Sister Lenidra, Big Sister Aisha, and Big Sister Yatunde. Look at the ball, Serena, her father coached. Just swing. Using an adult-sized racket, Serena swung again and again. Her sisters cheered when Serena hit the ball, and they chased the ones they missed. Their father taught Serena and her sisters how to play tennis. He read books, he watched movies, received donated equipment from tennis clubs, and made the sport a family activity. Because he donated the balls were old, many had lost their bounce, but they used them anyways. After their father explained that it was good practice for Wimbledon, a Grand Slam tournament where the sisters' balls bounced lower because the tennis court was made of grass. And on special days when they opened a new can of balls, the girls couldn't wait to smack them. At home, the girls made up a box ball game called Grand Slam, named after the 4 most important tennis competitors in the world. Serena and her sisters used their hands to hit the ball back and forth on the sidewalk squares, pretending they were playing at the US Open or at the Australian Open. If they wanted to play the lawn courts of Wimbledon, they sprinkled grass on the squares. If they wanted to play the clay courts of the French Open, they scattered dirt. Serena loved winning their Grand Slams because, well, Serena loved being the star. When Len wrote plays for the girls to perform, Serena always played the princess. When Tunde and Aisha experimented with new fashion looks, Serena modeled their designs. And when they all played card games, Serena declared herself the winner, even though she didn't actually win. But Tunde, Aisha, and Len and Venus could never stay mad at Serena. They were a circle of sisters, their bond unbreakable. In the evenings, all 5 of the sisters slept in one bedroom with 2 sets of bunk beds. Aisha and Tunde were on the top bunk, Len and Venus were on the bottom bunk, and little Serena wiggled in with different ones each night. Over the years, their dad put up inspirational signs all around the tennis court. They were never allowed to use the word can't. And their mom often told them, whatever you become in your head first. So the girls dreamed of what they would become. Tunde a nurse, Aisha a lawyer, Len a singer, and Venus and Serena, the #1 tennis players. All the sisters liked tennis, but Venus hit harder, ran faster, and won. Reporters, coaches, and famous tennis players started to notice, especially when they saw her serve a ball at 100 miles per hour. "Daddy," Serena pleaded, "give me a chance. I want to play in tournaments like Venus." "Not yet. You're not ready." "You're not ready," her father said. But one day, 8-year-old Serena got an idea while playing office with her sisters. As they pretended to answer the phones and shuffle papers, Serena spotted an application for one of Venus' tournaments. Serena quietly filled it out and mailed it. At the event, the girls' parents watched Venus complete one-on-one court while Serena sneaked off to another. As Serena played her first match, her plan was simple. Exhaust her opponent by running her over all the court. Her strategy worked, and Serena won the match. Then her father appeared at the back of the crowd. Serena prepared herself for punishment. Instead of being angry, her dad exclaimed, "Look at you, you won. You played great." Then he started coaching her on how to play her next opponent. "You really think I can beat her?" Serena asked. Her dad assured her, "You can do anything." Serena won all her matches, moving up and up until she faced her big sister in a final match. In the changeover, Serena whispered, "Venus, let me win a game." 10-year-old Venus ignored Serena and easily won the gold trophy. Although Serena left with silver, she kept everything that gold. "You know what?" Venus asked. "I've always liked silver better than gold. You want to trade?" Serena cherished the trophy. She always wanted to be like her sisters, especially Venus. If Venus went somewhere, Serena followed. If they ate in restaurants, Serena ordered the same meals as Venus. And after Venus told a reporter, "I want to win Wimbledon," Serena said the exact same thing. "I want to win Wimbledon." Her father told her, "You're your own person, Serena. You don't have to do everything Venus does." The next time a reporter asked, Serena said, "I want to win the U.S. Open." But she still loved to copy Venus. Other people, however, didn't think Serena was as talented as her sister. One newspaper article claimed Serena would never be as successful as her young siblings. Tunde took Serena aside. "Don't pay any attention to that article. You'll have your day, and it's going to be even bigger." Serena kept Tunde's words close to heart. After a few years of tournaments, the Williams family moved to Florida, where Isha, Lynn, Venus, and Serena attended a tennis academy. Tunde stayed in California to go to nursing school. The sisters didn't like being separated, but their new life in Florida kept them busy with schoolwork and plenty of tennis. Here, the girls didn't sweep the courts. They were brand new rackets and unopened canvas walls. Many kids wore stylish outfits, but none wore beaded braids like Serena and her sisters. The girls from Compton stood out on these courts, but so did their powerful strokes. Pock, pock, pock! When Venus turned 14, she was allowed to play in professional tournaments, even when the prizes were big checks, and in fact, first match, Venus won. A year and a half later, Serena turned pro at 14 like Venus, but unlike Venus, Serena lost. So Venus and Serena started playing as the doubles team. Playing with her sister Serena felt stronger. Their motto was, "If you can't do it for me, do it for you, do it for me." By the time she turned 16, Serena had grown taller and more confident, and she was ready to play on her own and in her own style. Serena wasn't as strong as fast as Venus, so she angled her shots to win. After she fell on her skateboard one day, it hurt her wrist too much to hit a backhand. Instead, Serena ran around the ball and hit the forehand extra hard. Serena and Venus traveled the world, competing as doubles team against each other. Whenever Serena and Venus played each other at the Grand Slams, the press called it a sister slam, but for the sisters, every slam ended with a hug. And at the 1999 French Open doubles competition, 17-year-old Serena and 18-year-old Venus won their first Grand Slam together. Before Serena's 18th birthday, she and Venus competed in the U.S. Open tournament, and Serena dreamed of winning. Her big sister, Venus, was a favorite to win, but to the crowd's surprise, Venus lost. It was Serena who won the match after match after match. When she reached the finals, she faced the player who had knocked Venus out of the tournament. Now she's playing for two people, Venus said as she watched from the stands above. This was the moment Serena had been training for since she was a little girl in Compton. I gotta go for it, Serena told herself. She smashed 8 aces serves that served her opponent couldn't even touch, and her fierce forehand earned her point after point. In the end, Serena won the tournament and became the first black woman to win a Grand Slam singles tournament in more than 40 years. Tunde had been right. You have your day, and it's going to be even bigger. At the award ceremony, Serena looked up at her family. I would like to also thank my dad and my mom, she said, and all my sisters for the support. Serena held the trophy up high. As the loudspeaker boomed, ladies and gentlemen, the 1999 U.S. Open, Women's Open, Serena Williams. The crowd roared. Photographers flashed photos, and one of the many headlines of the day read, "Little Sister, Big Hit." On September 11, 1999, Serena Williams became the first black woman to win the U.S. Open since Althea Gibson's victory in 1957. The next day, Serena and Venus won the U.S. Open trophy together. Venus' childhood dream also came true in 2000 when she won Wimbledon. Afterward, Venus told her mom, "Serena showed me how to win." As sisters, Serena and Venus made history. They were the first sisters to win the Olympic gold medals in doubles tennis in 2000. They were the first sisters to win both the Grand Slam singles titles individually. And they were the first sisters to have career doubles, Golden Slam. In 2017, Serena and Venus played against each other in the Australian Open. When Serena won, she made history again, setting a world record for the most major titles in the Open era. 35-year-old Serena said, "I really would like to take this moment to congratulate Venus. She is my inspiration. There's no way I would be at 23 titles without her. Thank you. Thank you, Venus, for inspiring me to be the best player and inspiring me to work hard." The end. Little Sister.